Hello everyone, welcome to Anime No Mi, and thank you for joining us for another One Piece video. Garp and Luffy have a very good relationship between them being grandson and grandfather, and although they're currently fighting on opposite sides, they still respect each other. And with the big event that's going on in Wano, there's even a possibility that this relationship of theirs will change in the near future. So today's video, we're going to talk about Garp and Luffy, how Garp will behave after discovering that Luffy has inherited the powers of Joy Boy and the sun god Nika, and in addition to becoming a new Yonko since he's just defeated Kaido. But before we dive into the video, if you're new to the channel or even if you've been around for several videos, we'd be absolutely honored if you consider leaving us a like or even subscribing and leave us a comment letting us know what you thought of the video. It really helps us out and motivates us to make more content. And if you'd like to help us out in a bigger way, consider sharing the video or the channel with a friend. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So friends, since Luffy was a little boy, Garp has raised his grandson since Dragon seemingly abandoned him to follow his goal of becoming the leader of the revolutionaries. So Garp was basically the second father, if not the father figure, to Luffy. However, Garp wasn't able to take care of Luffy because of his obligations to the Marines, and also because Luffy is the son of Dragon, the leader of the revolutionaries. This would make Luffy wanted as well as his father is. As a Marine, Garp has the goal, and at least the duty, of capturing pirates and people who go against the world government, which would have forced Garp to have to deliver his grandson. However, as he loves his grandson very much, he decided to leave Luffy under the care of someone else so that the Navy wouldn't discover his identity. But by leaving Luffy in the care of other people, this made Luffy follow a path that Garp didn't necessarily want. I mean, Garp always wanted his grandson to be a Marine just like him, but Luffy decided to become a pirate, which made Garp completely sad when he realized Luffy's decision. We see in different flashbacks where he tried all the time to make Luffy change his mind and become a sailor like him, but Garp was never able to change this dream of Luffy's to become king of the pirates. Garp even seems to blame Shanks somewhat for being the one responsible for encouraging Luffy to become a pirate. And for this reason, there may be a certain rivalry between Garp and Shanks, as Garp may still hold a grudge against him for poisoning his grandson's minds with these dreams of becoming a pirate. However, Luffy's always claimed otherwise and told Garp that even as a child, he wanted to be a pirate, and his biggest dream being to become the king of the pirates so that he can be recognized all over the world. As we saw in his fight with Kaido at the end of the Wano arc, Luffy has managed to awaken his devil fruit and obtain the power of the sun god Nika. But this news has spread to the whole world, and even possibly the posters of Luffy with his new transformations in Gear 5th. This means that Garp knows about Luffy's fruit awakening, something that the Gorosei and the world government have wanted to hide. But the news is going to spread all over the world, really especially thanks to Big News Morgan. So those who even have a little information about the history or Joy Boy or know anything about Nika know that Luffy became the current bearer of that title, which means Garp knows, because he has been a very important person within the Navy, as well as being a very close friend of Sengoku, the former fleet admiral, which means that Garp has had access to exclusive and even secret information. With Luffy's awakening and him becoming a new Yonko, this may cause Luffy to become the most wanted pirate in the world, and this would force Garp to have to capture his grandson for becoming a major threat to the world government. However, even though Garp is most likely to continue supporting Luffy and following his dreams, he's not going to be able to just ignore Luffy's actions, because the world government is no longer going to forgive Garp because of the person Luffy has become. Now, we've seen several times where Garp has allowed Luffy to escape or at least complete his plans, but this time there's going to be a lot more strict rules on Garp, making Garp have to fulfill his purpose as a Marine because he has very dangerous family members. Just think about the position Garp is in now. His son, Dragon, is the leader of the Revolutionary Army, holding the title of the world's worst criminal. And now his grandson, Luffy, has the rank of Yonko, as well as being the new sun god Nika, or Joy Boy. But even though they don't agree on certain things, Garp and Luffy still get along very well, and the relationship between them is something really quite beautiful. And even though we see Garp, acting like he hates Luffy and trying to punch him, they really do care a lot for each other. However, whether Garp is willing to go against the laws of the Navy just so Luffy can accomplish a goal, I don't know. This may be the real test of the immense family bond that they have. Of course, we also know that as a Marine, Garp does not agree with many of the things that the world government and the Navy do, especially when the subject is related to the Celestial Dragons. Dragon doesn't agree at all with the position that they occupy as well. Garp has even denied becoming an admiral several times, as he's disagreed with the freedom that the world government provides to the Celestial Dragons. I mean, allowing them to act any way that they wish. But even though Garp has refused this post, he may persist in the Navy because he wishes to change the world and change the organization from the inside out. So his main goal that might be to change the Navy just the way Admiral Fujitora wishes to. We've even seen Garp several times shown to possess a deep hatred for the Celestial Dragons and even the world government. And for this reason, he may have kept secret that Luffy possessed a fruit with rubbery characteristics. Because if the world government knew and was able to connect the rubbery characteristics to the fruit that they had hidden, it would become way too dangerous for Luffy. So perhaps Garp kept the existence of this power quiet until he could figure out a way that he could help his grandson. But with the recent awakening and this news being spread literally worldwide, the world government is now gonna know that Luffy is the bearer of the fruit of the sun god Nika. So they're gonna try their best to keep Luffy's awakening hidden, but as we know, wherever Luffy goes, he tends to draw a lot of attention. It's really only a matter of time for the whole world to know that the sun god Nika has returned, and therefore it's only a matter of time that Luffy's gonna get associated with him, because anywhere he goes, he's gonna end up demonstrating these incredible new powers. So people are gonna put together that Luffy is the new Nika or Joy Boy of this era. And along with the world, Dragon and Garp will have confirmation that Luffy is really Nika, as they may have already had a great suspicion in the past, but wanted to see if it really was confirmed and Luffy was able to awaken the fruit. But now that he's awakened it, Garp may have expectations of great things from Luffy because he really is the return of the sun god Nika. And he might even be the one who can bring this great change to the world as Garp wants to see it. Because as we've seen, Garp longs for a way to change the world and make it a more just place. Garp wants to see the world government change from the inside out and make the Celestial Dragons lose their position where they're not treated as gods and aren't just given the ability to take away freedom from anyone they want. But at this time, Garp, because he's a Marine, even though he's well respected and dedicated to his work, he doesn't agree with the world government, but he's also really restricted in what he can do. So he may look to Luffy because he is going to be free to follow his dream. And in fact, Garp has even looked very proud when he looks at Luffy for whenever he breaks down some pillar of the world government, and even more so when his bounty increases, showing that Luffy is succeeding in conquering his dream. We've also seen scenes where Garp found it funny when he learned that Luffy had caused a mass breakout of Impel Down in an attempt to rescue Ace. And Garp is also impressed with Luffy's boldness. I mean, let's be honest, something his family possesses in abundance, because Dragon, Luffy, and Garp have great fame in the world because of the over-the-top things they do. During the Battle of Marineford, Garp was even surprised at the actions of Luffy, where he was going against the Navy and the world government because he wanted to save Ace. However, in that kind of meeting, Garp also wasn't happy because Luffy was really doing something that had serious consequences in that moment. But because Garp understood the gravity of the situation and that at any moment Ace or any other pirate could lose their lives in that confrontation, all Garp could do was to stand firm in his conviction, and even went so far as to allow Luffy to hit him and knock him off the catwalk so that Luffy could save Ace. And by this inaction, Garp didn't let any other pirates get close to Ace, but it was different when Luffy came there. I mean, even Marco went to try and free Ace, but Garp stopped him. However, when trying to stop Luffy, he had a moment in a flashback where he remembered the two of them when he was little, so he had to let Luffy go forth because he knew that in the end, what Luffy was trying to do was right. So even though Garp is a very strict person and follows orders from the world government and the Navy faithfully, he's still a man who prioritizes his family, especially his grandson, because he knows that Luffy has this great determination and that he has the will to go all the way to complete his dreams. Also, with each evolution and advancement that Luffy has got, Garp has been all the more impressed about how strong he is getting. And during Marineford, he was even impressed to see that Luffy had used Conqueror's Haki, which of course is a technique that can't be learned, but one is born with. So currently we don't know what's going on with Garp in the face of Luffy's deeds, because we haven't seen him appearing lately in the story. In fact, the last time may have been after the revelry when he was escorted transporting, Princess Shirahoshi and her father back to Fishman Island. However, there's the possibility that he really isn't going to be too worried about Luffy's actions, because of course he knows that his grandson can take care of himself. Even before the battle we just saw in Wano, when the Yonko were out to take Luffy's life, Garp really didn't show much concern. He even thought it was funny because Luffy would now be facing very powerful enemies. And because Garp knew the former King of the Pirates, he knows that in order for Luffy to become King of the Pirates, he's gonna have to face many more powerful opponents, especially the superiors of the Navy, who now want to capture him and prevent him from achieving that goal. But because Garp is still a member of the Navy and overseen by the world government, it's possible Akainu may try to force Garp to fight Luffy, because in the past, Garp was exceedingly powerful and may be the only one who could get close enough to Luffy to try and take him on. However, as we've already known and kind of supported in this, Garp is going to stand by his grandson in this battle, because now that Luffy has managed to conquer the power of the sun god Nika, it means that Luffy can lead the change in the world and bring about this change that Garp has wanted to see because of this great power he's obtained. So knowing this, Garp is going to support his grandson in bringing down the world government and the Gorosei, because even though he's served in the Navy for so long, Garp has never been able to change the Navy's ideals. So it very well could be that Garp is putting all of his hopes now on Luffy, so that he can really change the world as people expect. And Garp will be one of the people who will help Luffy achieve his dream in the future, and perhaps even be a valued ally in this great battle that we know is yet to come. But for now, my friends, I'd love to know what you think about this. Do you think Garp has known about Luffy's abilities, or at least his potential? And also, where do you think Garp stands with Dragon, and do the two of them have some plans for Luffy? Let us know what you think in the comments below. So with everything said, friends, I want to thank you all so much for watching the video up to the very end. Be sure you comment on any themes or ideas that you'd like to see in future videos. And also, since you made it this far, why don't you give us a like or hit that red subscribe button before you head out to take on the rest of your day. I hope to see you all in our next video, and let's keep sailing this giant sea together. Take care.